Hello again, I'm Matthew from thewetpen.com, and we're now just 1 week away from Christmas. I'm getting pretty excited, but we still have 7 doors to open. Let's get started with number 18. This ink is called Olive Swirl, and this is another chameleon ink. Is an olive swirl a thing like a food or drink, or is it just a random name? I feel like this is the sort of thing that I should know. Anyway, I'm going to start by swatching this ink on just a couple of papers today. I'm using my coloring as my standard white, and I'm using Midori for the warmer ivory paper. And this ink is an olive green. So far, so good. This is a pretty color, a little more yellow than some of my olive inks. That glitter is starting to show up as it dries, and for now, it looks like it's green. And when it's dry, this ink is surprisingly similar on the two papers, pretty much the same. Since this is a chameleon ink, I'm going to show you how it looks under diffuse light. That's what we have here, and then switch to hard light. And this is hard. Now, a couple of my viewers, but Charlie Moses in particular, have pointed out that my previous experiments with chameleon inks were still not capturing the chameleon effect. Charlie managed to capture it in a short video clip, which I will link below, but after playing around with my lights and swatches, moving the swatches around from side to side, moving lights around, trying different lights, I just couldn't reproduce it reliably. I'm not even sure that I'm seeing it. So rather than show you a bunch of footage with ugly lighting, I'm just gonna let it go. I do really like this color though. This Pen BBS 224 is very similar, and Alt Goldgrün isn't too far off either, but it's a bit cooler. And the same thing is true of this Blackstone Australian Bush. Diamine Safari is darker but close, and this Sailor and this Birmingham are not so close. I did a quick writing sample on Cosmo Air Snow and on Midori, and on the Cosmo I got some really heavy shading with my broad nib. I don't know if it would be easy to read, but it looks really cool. When I switched over to a wetter medium nib, I got much more reasonable behavior from the ink. Just a touch of shading, and I didn't get much glitter in any of my writing on this paper for some reason. On the Midori, things were about the same. Heavy shading with the broad nib, but not quite as much, and very even color with the medium nib. And that's it. I think that I'll have time to try another painting tomorrow, I hope so at least, and I also hope that I'll see you back here again tomorrow for another new bottle of ink. Merry Christmas, everyone.